Hi everyone, welcome back to channel. So today we are going to talk about Keycloak customization, and the topic which we are going to talk about is about Keycloak events. So what are Keycloak events? I'm going to explain what are Keycloak events and why it is used and what we can do with the Keycloak event. So let's suppose there is a requirement that uh, we want to track the successful login events and failed login events, or like a number of users created, or any if user update happens, how do we track it? And suppose we have a tool like a Dynatrace or Datadog or Prometheus or any other tool, what we any other tool we have, and we want to post the event to that tool. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so again we have to, for this requirement we have to use the SPIs. Okay, so as per my two videos, we have seen we have used SPI. So here also we have to use SPI. The project is simple. It's a simple Spring Boot application. Okay, let me show you the build.gradle. So here the standard Keycloak library which we have to use. Okay, and let me show you application. The properties, nothing is there. Okay, and this is the event listener provider. Event list. Event listener provider factory. So this is the factory class which we have to use and initialize my event listener provider. So here my you can see my event listener. This is the name we have used. So we will see this the Keycloak provider info. Okay, and this is the provider class where we have seen the on event method are there. On event is the admin event and this is the normal event. Okay, so here any event happens like user login or user updates, so we'll going to get a call on any of these two events. So here which you have seen that admin operation dot name update, and also here I put a logger.info. So instead of logger.info you can write anything, like you can connect to database or you can connect to your tool like Dynatrace, Datadog or Prometheus. So anything you can do, and you can post your event to the other tool. This is the gateway to do that. Okay, so here it is again a simple thing. We have to build the jar and we have to place it in the Keycloak directly. So I'm not going to explain how to do that. If anybody wants to see how to do that, you can see my previous video where to place the file. But let me show you the Docker Compose XML here. Again, I will show you the OPT Keycloak and provider directory. We have to place the jar file. So here this is even jar file I have placed. Okay, and you need to restart the Keycloak. So now let me show you the Keycloak here. So you go to master provider and you search it with event. Okay, my event list. Okay, so this you can see my event listener is coming here. So that means like Keycloak has loaded the jar. Now you go to your ream. Okay, and the ream setting, you go to ream setting, go to event, and here you need to select your suppose initially it won't be there, you need to add your event listener here. Click here and you need to do, and you need to save it here. Then only any operation which is done on this ream, any client, then only it will be listed here, then only it will come here. And then you can go to events. Okay, you can see these are the event client login, and some events are happening here, so we'll be able to see the events. So these are the admin event. Okay, and let me do something and I will show you. Okay, and go to user, this is the user, and suppose last name, suppose user last name. I have updated the user. Okay, let's go to events. Okay, and you can see this is very recent, which is being updated. Okay, and the same thing it will be visible on the Keycloak as well. So let me show you the logs. Okay, and let me show you the log. And before that, let's update the user again. So I will write it first name event test, last name event test. Okay, so we have updated it. Let me see the admin events. Okay, so here the user update here. Okay, we can see the time 2:39. So 2:39, and let me see the logs here. So these are the logs available. So here it will give you the brief representation. So here we can see the first name, event name, last name, event test. Okay, and this is the log. Okay, and in a log it is pretty visible. And now we'll try to do a login and we'll check it. Okay, so here this is a we'll try to get the access token and see. Okay, so we'll get the access token. So here in the logs we can see here. Okay, and we can see some logs here. Okay, and the same thing will be visible on the user events. Yes, 2:40, you can see exactly the time is 2:40. So here the client login, and the same thing is visible here. Okay, and with this example we can do as much customization uh, we can do with the events in terms of events, means like, so if whether you are using Dynatrace or Datadog or any other tool or Prometheus, or you want to store it in a database, anything, if you want, means like you can play with this uh, two methods, and we can do that. Okay, and some more thing also is possible, means like maybe I can try to make a video, next video, and I can show. Okay, and with this I'm going to end the video. So if you like the video, if you like the content, please do like and subscribe. Okay, and thank you for watching the video.